This is not a data warehouse. Now the hero actually comes to an IT department asking, can you provide me a proper solution? Let us look at it. What is his requirement? Oh, I'm talking about data warehouse, and here I see, are you relocating soon? Are you any of you guys relocating soon? If so, let us plan for a perfect relocation. Do not get the junk. So if the answer is yes, let us talk how we plan for our relocation. So you are trying to move from one bedroom into a huge palace. Let us plan properly. So what is the plan here? We will have to take two approaches to understand the requirement. One is the talk to the homemaker, user driven approach. Talk to your wife. She is the manager of your home, administrator. She will tell you what all she requires in a bangla. So that is the user driven approach I call. Other one is take a quick look at each room, put few numbers on your paper. Data driven approach. You say, I have 5 bedrooms in my palace. I have 10 people. How do I distribute? What are the equipment needed for all this is being recorded. So two approaches, guys. One is the user driven approach. The other is data driven approach. That is how you have to approach looking at the data. Now select a mode of movement. Carry it manually. Engage your poor friends. We all do that the same, right? I want to move from my apartment to a home. I can move myself, take help of my friends, and then do it. Rent a medium truck. Make more than one trip. So you don't want a huge lorry. You rented a medium truck. You can go 3 more trips and get everything done. The other way is rent a big truck. Then can move all at once. That can move all at once. Hire few laborers, get a ceiling tape, get a moving box, get a dolly, easy to move, right? Segregate the items, important, unimportant, electronic appliances, wooden, fragile, important but not urgent, good to have, waste, useless, etc. So you are going to segregate all these items into separate blocks, saying these are mandatory. I want to take my jewelry at any cost, whether you accommodate it or not. And you say there are unimportant things. I don't want to carry my plunger. I don't want to carry my broomstick. Leave it there. Electric appliances. Determine which you want. You want so and so number of refrigerators. You want so and so ceiling fans and everything. You carry them. Wooden, fragile things. Make sure that you tape it properly, wrap it properly. Things that are important but not urgent. Things that can be like in your storage, which are important but still not very urgent. So make a proper strategy. Why am I talking in sense of relocating from a place to places? That is where you'll understand. That is where the business person understands what he want to do while he relocates. So you are going to be a business analyst now. You are analyzing what is the requirement. So next, what if your brother wanted to stay in the same home? Now I have a problem. Till now I was talking to my wife and she was helping me to put out all these items, and then we are moving into a single family home. Now your brother told, now we are very close, we are doing the same business, why do you want me to stay away? Your brother want to stay at your same home. Now, oh, how about your parents staying with you? They also wanted to join you because you are moving into a palace. Wow. What if your in-laws join? You want more room. You have the room. Consider all these scenarios and plan for a relocating from an apartment to a single family home. Why I say this is, while 4 or 5 families joining you into your single family home, you will have to surely cut down your appliances. Maybe your wife came up with all your refrigerator, cooking equipment, everything. They are going to be redundant because your in-laws are going to get it, your parents are going to get it, your brother is going to get it. So consider all these scenarios. That is what is going to happen in data warehouse environment, where I showed you in my earlier slide, right? Let us go back. See, this is the same. I have my product, order, customer. I have my old information from XML or the text file. I have SAP database where I'm getting my material master, sales orders, everything. So when you have this much, why don't you plan properly? That's what we talked about so far. Now comes the technical part of it. Let us plan for a perfect relocation. Compare your apartment home to a database. Now we are going to compare. How we are comparing? See, this is my home. This is a layout of the apartment. This is a layout of my original database, which is my source database. So far we talked about it. It is called as a legacy database. You can also call it as an online transaction processing database. These two are same. They are related. They have, like, your if you wanted to access your building, you'll have to go through the main gate, you'll have to pass the corridors, hallway, walk into your room. In the same way you'll have to do. So I'm comparing an apartment to a database. Now let us take an example of a retail sales database to understand what would be my retail data mart, how it looks like. This is a retail data mart. It has something like a structure, a sales fact table surrounded by some tables like date dimension, storage, and product dimension, and promotion dimension. This is an example, guys. Anyhow, we will talk about it in a very detailed manner on the retail sales. Don't worry about it. Just for now, I'm giving you, this is kind of a basic retail data mart, which is my part of the data warehouse. I'll talk in a bit what is a data mart. It is a part of the data warehouse. So retailing is a classic example used to illustrate dimensional model. So what I'm trying to do is, while I want to plan properly, I'm saying, let me put in a dimensional model. I'm taking a sample of only sales. I had number of items, but I'm taking sales and considering it to move into my data warehouse. I'm trying to build a data mart. So we will explore or take a classic example of retail sales and then explore the opportunities. We will begin by discussing four-step process for designing dimensional model. First, I need to come up with a model saying first move all the bedroom item, then come to the hall item so that the living room item will not block you before you enter into your bedroom. So let us plan it properly. We explore dimensional tables in depth, including the date dimension that will be used repeatedly. Date, time is very important. You hired a truck, you'll have to return the truck in time, and you'll have to make note of each and every transaction that you made. So that details, date is going to be powerful most. So you'll have to explore dimension tables in depth. All the dimension tables compared to your bedrooms. You have more than one bedroom. So you'll have to explore in depth and see which bedroom needs what. Who is going to stay in which bedroom? Who needs what? Everything has to be explored properly and then build it properly. And then we also discuss degenerate dimensions, snowflaking, and surrogate keys. If there is a problem, like you want it to cook separately but stay together, that's where the degenerated dimension comes into picture. So we'll talk about it. Snowflaking, surrogate keys. What are the surrogate keys? Surrogate keys are nothing but just the unique identifiers. Choke full of fundamentals in this session that you require to start working as a data warehouse engineer. So the upcoming session, you have too much of information. You start looking at these fundamentals, then you can start working as a data warehouse engineer. Because without becoming or without understanding the concept of data warehousing, you cannot really use an ETL tool. It is waste. You will have to plan properly to move from your home to the new home, or else why do you need a truck? So first thing is understand your data. Go and look at your 5 families which wanted to move into your single family home. See how many refrigerators they have. See what is the biggest refrigerator. Analyze the data. Think about people, what their comforts they want. Do anyone want an accessible room? Like your old parents may, I mean your aged parents may require an accessible room. You'll have to build that properly, right? So analyze your source data in the same way. So now, why do we need a data warehouse? First question, I'll go back to my first question. After looking at all this, my first question is, why do we need a data warehouse? Why does companies invest millions to build data warehouse or an enterprise data warehouse? Why we build a 5 bedroom house when we can comfortably live in an apartment? It's the same question. So I spoke to several business users, pre-sale people, sales people, marketing, HR folks about this. The answers are here. We have mountains of data in this company, but we can't access it. This is what a HR team says. We need to slice and dice the data each every way possible. A marketing person says that why he needs it is he wanted to understand the customer mind, only then he can market it properly. You have got to make it easy for business people to get at the data directly. That is also told by one of the persons. Or just show me what is important. Sales manager doesn't want all the junk in your database. He wanted to see those important statistics like number of orders raised, number of orders fulfilled, what is the dollar amount. That's all he wants. So just show me the important things. It drives me crazy to have two people present the same business metrics at a meeting but with different numbers. This is a vice president talks about. He asked the HR team, he spoke to sales team and marketing team. Both came and said, like this year we did so and so business, but the numbers are different. If the numbers are different by one number even, it is going to create a big problem in a business. One guy came up and said, we have 100 millions profit this way this year. The other guys come up and say, we have actually 20 million profit. What happened to 80 millions in between? So VP doesn't want to, it drives crazy for a vice president when he looks at that kind of a data. We want people to use information to support more fact-based decision making. That's what CEO will say finally. We cannot make decision with this kind of a redundant data or unwanted data, unstructured data, non-responsive data. We don't want this. We want it to use the information, proper information, more facts I need for making a decision. That's what a CEO says. Why are all they saying this? The goal of a data warehouse is finally to improve their business, man. It all is business. It is money for them. Make sense? So the goal of a data warehouse is make money, make more money. How do you make it? Organize it in a proper way. Let us see what are the goals of a data warehouse. The data warehouse must make an organization information easily accessible. A data warehouse must present the organization's information consistently. You need the organization information accessible easily. Whenever the data warehouse must present the organization information consistently, which means the CEO should not see two reports. If a person comes up with saying 20 people are living in this home and the other person says there are only 15 people, 5 people missing, are they killed? So the cook says I am cooking for 20 people but only house has only 15 people. I am incurring losses because the servant is lying me saying he cooked for 20 people though there are only 15 in home. So it should be consistent information. And the data warehouse must be adaptive and resilient to changes. People try to acquisition. SAP data services is being acquired by SAP. So they need to accommodate it in their data warehouse. It's the same way. It should be adaptive. It should be resilient to changes. It should be ready for that. The data warehouse must be secure bastion that protects our information. And the first, the before one, adaptive and resilient, we can say, I have one more family joining me. I want my friend to also stay with me. I need to expand my palace. I need to build one more bedroom. You should be able to do it. You should be able to accommodate anything coming up in future. And the data warehouse must be secure. Now you have everything in it. There is sensitive data in it that can even collapse your business if someone looks at it. So it should be a secure fashion that protects your information. So security is also a concern. If you work in companies, you'll start hearing about SOX compliance. That is, a financial company will have to go with a SOX compliance. Only then they will approve you to implement anything. It is more like you have a separate security team. They come into your house and see whether your bedroom is accessible easily or whether your laundry room is accessible easily. Is there any threats? Everything will be looked at by the SOX team. Data warehouse must serve